Yo, how you doing? It's Leah the Shamret, none less, and welcome to Come Box with Shan. Guys, thank you. You not know, I think it's a part of the brand that I'm just always never on time. And we've got this amazing guest that I'm, you know me, super gas when any guest, like I said to him, decides to join the moment of Shan's madness. We have Fabio Wardley!
Hey.
Wardley. I'm coming for David's job. Hi, Fabio.
Hello. How we doing? How's things? How are we?
How's you? Thanks for joining me. What's going on?
I'm good.
Why
I'm
did
enjoying
you
some
agree?
downtime.
Yeah, is that why you agreed to do? You're like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I just
Like all of last week, I was just like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out for a week because it all gives it like before, like fight week, after fight week, it all just gets a bit mad with interviews and social media and just your phone just going.
I can imagine.
So I just got a bit tired, so I was like, look, I'll give myself a week, I'll chill, and then next week following, I'll do some bits. I'm not going to do loads, I'll do the bits I want to do.
Yeah, because you're the boss now.
Yeah, something like that, something like that.
Wait, Fabio, I did a live watch along, right? And we started from, did we start from your fight? We did, didn't we? We started from your fight. I was cussing. I was cussing. Fabio, well done, by the way.
Thank you.
Done. I don't know how. I looked, and I must have looked at my lappy just for at 0.2 of a second, and Molina was down. I was like, well, I'm going to have to watch this playback bit. Listen, all right, so let's dive in. I'm so gassed because, speaking to someone that's fresh off of their fight as well is quite important. So I've made notes. Yeah. So we all know when I heard you was, we're good. Big up to us, he's saying, Fab. H Money, salute. Guys, keep doing all your things. Good evening, but I'm just going to conduct this, and you know how we do it. We'll chime in and out with you, so otherwise I won't ever get to say anything. So thanks for coming through. Just keep chiming in. So when I saw that you was fighting Molina, I was like, but I was like, I get it, because Molina, dangerous, massive heavyweight. A Wilder beat him. He's a veteran, gone through the ranks. You know, getting on in age. So I thought, has he come just to collect a check, or is he gonna do the business? So I was like, yeah, because I've already seen the Dominic Brazils and I've seen all these lot that the Florists, them just taking dives and dropping down on the floor. We'll touch on that. Yeah. So I was like, cool. So I saw the lead up. I saw your press. I was like, Fabio, cool, calm, collected. Just sick. You're sick. You don't give away nothing. I don't know if he was nervous. You didn't show you was. Yeah. He came in looking like total trash. I just mate, can't you at least? But he's never been the bodybuilder type.
That's the thing. It's hard with some fighters, isn't it? Because some of them just never look the part, and then from sometimes on the outside it looks like almost they haven't trained, like they haven't bothered. But just sometimes people's body shape just doesn't fit. Yeah. I guess the yours. Example for that is Fury.
Or yours. No, your body's good. They don't get a bod like yours. Fury, the same. Bad.
Thank you. But yeah. So, but he could. Don't you think? Could make a slight effort. You don't have to come in Adonis, but I mean, strip a little bit of the fat down. Look like you've cared and made the effort just a little bit. Because we're in new times now. Because when those boxers were looking like trash, it was acceptable to look like trash. I think that was the norm. I think we kind of broke that mold. Well, we had the Lennox Lewis's, always looked in great shape. Frank Bruno always looked in great shape. But what I'm saying, they were the exceptions, and now you are coming through. I've noticed you guys as heavyweights look much better than weights of past. Yeah, and it's come on a bit, and training's come on a bit. Like I say, the way boxers train, how they do it, their nutrition, their diet.
adding in things like S&C coaches, etc., and things like that is all part of it. It's all part of the building blocks to it. Some heavyweights, it's just their thing. They just like to be bigger, whether they look muscly or they look a bit maybe flabby or whatever. They feel more comfortable in their own skin if they're weighing heavier in. They don't like to. Some of them don't like to drop off that extra weight, even if it means sacrificing kind of how you look. Yeah.
Do you feel better when you work out, or when you look better?
Yeah. I'd never want to. If I went into the ring and I looked bad, I would feel bad. When I look like I've trained, when I look like I put the hard work in, because the thing is, at the beginning of the camp, you can see yourself. You see, I'm never out of shape, but I know that I'm not in fight shape.
Because you're walking around at a heavier weight than before you go into camp.
Yeah. So I know that I'm not in shape, in the right shape, but also I know that as the weeks go by through camp, as camp gets closer, you can see them little tones, them little definitions come out, and that's when I feel more comfortable and know I'm on the right track.
Yeah. So let me rewind just real quick, because you're new to me, and I know that you come up through like white collar. Could you just touch of like where you're from and what made you go into boxing, and if it wasn't boxing, what was it going to be?
Good question. So I'm from Ipswich, Suffolk, so off to the east, out to the side. Born and raised here, been here my whole life. So in terms of boxing, I got into it really late. Like I played football at a half decent level for a long time, but then I got a couple of bad like ankle injuries, so that kind of took me out of that, and I couldn't train for no more. So but I'd always been in the gym. Not a boxing gym, but just like weightlifting, training, cardio, just staying active, just staying in the gym regardless. I was always training. I always enjoyed going to the gym. And then I was, when I was a lot younger, I was like a bit of a naughty kid. I was a bad kid, getting in trouble, blah, blah, blah.
What's that?
So I was part of like a, when I was younger, I was part of like a, I don't know the word thing for it is, but like it was like a naughty kids program. Yeah, I was part of a program where they take you to do certain activities and blah 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 and try and keep you out of trouble. And one of those, the mentors of that program, is my current boxing coach. So that's how I knew him. I've known him since I was.
What's his name?
His name's Robert Hodgins. Shout him out.
Robert Hodgins.
He was part of that program, and he was one of the mentors. So I knew him from then, and I built a relationship, and blah blah blah. And back in those days, even when I wasn't interested in boxing, he would always talk about it a lot, and I knew he was involved with it. So that's where we first met, was through that. And then time went by, and I still wasn't particularly interested in boxing. But after football, that just left kind of a big hole in my life, where like I had that sport, that thing I was about, that thing I did, and then I wasn't able to do it anymore. So I just years later, when I was older and stuff, and obviously out of that program and more mature and grown and whatever else, I called him and just said, look, I know you've always said you was in boxing. I want to come up and try it. I want to come up, give it a go. Where are you? Can I come train? Blah blah blah. And he obviously said, yeah, you're welcome to come up, come give it a go, and just give me a shout. So I did. And I always say, like, it was just like I went one session and then it just seemed like I never left. Like that was it. I was there. I was done. I was in. Like that was my thing immediately. After that one session, I just wanted to go and go and go and go.
Yeah, go on. There's more.
So yeah, I was there for a while. Had a few white collar fights. And I won, obviously, all of those.
I'm frozen.
Sorry?
And then you froze a bit. Go on.
Am I back? So, yeah, I had a few white collar fights. I had 4 white collar fights in total. And then I had the opportunity. Well, it was a weird opportunity. It came out of nowhere, really, where someone just called my coach after one of my white collar fights and said he was a pro manager and he was looking for some pros and he wanted to turn me pro. And at this point, I'd only been boxing maybe a year and a half, if that, like in total, a year and a half, probably maybe even 2 years. So it was a weird one for me because I was like, I was like, I'm like, I don't necessarily feel ready for it, like professional boxing, to be ready in the game. I know I haven't got the experience. I know I haven't got the time in, but at the same time, I don't know for certain if I said no now, is someone going to give that to me in the future? Is that offer still going to be there down the line? So I just decided to kind of take that risk, go with it, run with it, take that opportunity, and learn on the job. And kind of that's what you're seeing in my fights, is that I'm still very novice. I'm still learning on the job. I'm still kind of figuring a lot of stuff out. And that was kind of where the journey of the whole me turning pro and my boxing career started, really. It was like that.
Okay, yeah, because I looked at your box rec and I looked at the bits and pieces and I was like, all right, cool. I can see what the plan is like to build you up to get so like we'll fast forward now, because we'll fast forward. So you fought. This is the first time I saw you fight was the other day, and you got the British title from, who was English. It from? Marty. No party, no latte. No latte, no party.
No latte, no party.
I saw that. Yeah, you just turned him over real quick. Get that. Yeah, get over here. Like, you get that belt. It's got. See you later. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're out. Yeah, I like that. Was impressive. But this is what I want to ask you. Yeah, because like it's so mad. Like when I first saw your face, I thought, and like your stature, because you're like 6'5" and that, right? I thought, right, this geezer. Like before you speak, I thought this geezer is a killer. Then you spoke, yeah, and then I was like, oh, he can. Like, because I even heard commentate, and I hate it as well when they say this. Like, it kind of pisses me off, but I get it. They go, and he can speak well, talks very well, and it's like, are you not allowed to? Like, are you not supposed to? Is it like you're stereotyping me or I don't speak well, quite common. Like, I lived in London for 10. I'm from Chelsea, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I moved to East London for like 10 years, and then it just obliterated. I was near Essex, obliterated. So I get mocked quite a lot about my accent, but I went to a great school, went to the same school as Tony Blair's daughter. Like, this is why I say people shouldn't stereotype, because my academics is on point.
Yeah.
To me, all right. But I'm a grime MC and in boxing. Super fail. Yeah. So, do you hear these types of things back? Like, do you hear this circulate? Oh, he speaks well. How does it make you feel if you do hear it? And why do you speak well?
I'll put it down to so I went to like sixth form for a bit, college, whatever. And I dropped out of that because it didn't fit for me. It didn't work. So I went and got a job in an office doing a sales job. And then that's where I put down all my that's where I'll give all my credit to me being able to talk pretty well and things like that, because I started that job when I was 17, 18, something like that. And there was no cuddling, there was no learning curve. It was,
oh, come here.
It was like, here's your desk.
Come here. There's no cuddling, come.
No.
Virtual one, right.
They were like, look, I walked in, they were like, look, here's your desk, here's your phone, make the calls, earn some money, kind of thing. And that was it. And I had to kind of figure it on my own, and I was cold calling and selling and making deals and all of this. And I was doing all of this at like 17, 18. I was a kid. So I had to get used to sounding like an adult and using big adult words and maintaining conversations and things like that. So I got used to that all very early on. I got comfortable with it. And then and then whenever now I have conversations maybe like these or with interviews and cameras and blah, 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 it all just like comes back normally and naturally. Like I don't feel under any pressure because I've done it all now. I did it when I was young, so it's all there.
Yeah, with me you can talk however you want, because as you can see around here it's just whatever. But like I know you'd be talking like me on here, and then someone from Sky Sports would be like, nick this footage and be like, the real Fabio Wardley.
Yeah, like, literally.
Yeah, it was all a freak. Yeah, I know. No, mate, we're articulate. We know where and where. It's not dit, that, do, them at all times. We do like to use THs.
Yeah. Fully.
Yeah. So, all right, sick. All right, so where are we? Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to ask you. What's your ethnicity? Are you mixed race?
Yeah, so I'm mixed. I'm a funny mix as well. So my dad is Nigerian.
Okay.
And my mum is American, but I was born here and they met here and everything was here. So I'm a nice kind of I've got a nice little cultural mix of a bit of everything.
Yeah. I can match you. I can match you. So my mum's Dominican.
Okay.
And half Venezuelan.
Oh, okay.
And my dad's Jamaican. And I'm British. So therefore hablo español también.
You got it all.
Hablo español. Todos los días, sí. ¿Tú sabes?
Yes.
Yay! And then I'll be like, yo, so what, man? Everything cool, everything all right? Yeah. That's it, like it. And then I'm like, yeah, just going to go around the corner. And yeah, you see me later.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm fully different.
That's good. I love that.
Crazy.
I love that.
Yeah, it is crazy. But all right, so we did Lottie, right? We did him now. So let's talk about the fight. Like I said, I loved it, but I was doing the live watch along, and I don't know because I haven't watched you long enough to know all of your styles. So where I was starting to go a bit wild and shouting at the telly, going, Fabio, stop showboating.
Yeah,
because you were showboating. It looks good, but not until you get punched in the face.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes it can go wrong. That's what it is. It's risk reward, isn't it? Sometimes it comes off, and sometimes it works. But the thing is, the reason I was using it so much,
the mad fight.
Yeah, the thing I was using that so much is because he was so reluctant to engage. So
yeah,
I had to force opportunities out of him, whether that be have my hands low and make him think there's a space, or whether that be feint loads to kind of throw him off his rhythm or his guard or whatever he's doing. Like, I knew what his plan was from day one. His plan was to lean back and cock that right hand and just wait for me to kind of step in on it and make a mistake and clock me. So I knew what that was. So I had to do the showboating thing to maybe wind him up, get under his skin a little bit, but then also make him think, oh, there's a gap there. There's something I can exploit. There's something I can do, blah, blah, blah. To then make him engage where then I can meet him and then we can go.
Did you see any holes once you started that tactic? Did you see like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like there was times where he would lunge. I was trying to figure the distance of it all out properly. In terms of like when he lunges, how far I need to step back, or can I step to the side, or whatever else. So I was still in the process of kind of calculating all of that and working it all out. But there were gaps there I could see. It was just there were few and far between in terms of when he actually wanted to kind of step in and engage.
Because like the first 2 rounds, definitely the first round, you could cut between the two of you. There was like a maximum of 5 punches even thrown. And I was like, what's going on? Because I know Molina, he's just lazy. That's when I was like, yeah, he's come for his little payday. He wants Fab to come in and then he just wants to clock him. He don't want to do nothing. But I saw that you was trying to gauge distance, like I did. And the last fight, look, you're big lads, but he's a bigger lad. So it looked quite, for me, it was like, wow, if you do get too close to Molina, what I know about Molina, you will land that right hand. So when I was doing all the showboating and stuff like that, I get it now, But then he did clock you with a right hand, didn't he?
Yeah.
A couple of times. How did it feel? Does it hurt, or is it so much going on that it doesn't hurt?
You don't realise you've been hit until maybe about 2 or 3 seconds after. It's not like immediate impact and you feel it and you think, it's when you hit it, like you get hit and obviously it pushes your face one way. And then by the time your face comes back around to pay attention again, you're like, oh shit, my
face was just over there.
Yeah, I was looking over there and then now I'm back over here. Like that's how it goes. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you definitely feel it, and it definitely makes an impact.
So when that happened, because when you went back to corner and that, you know, they've got the little cameras and the mic in the corner, you seemed super calm, like you was just like, yeah, okay, all right. And then you went back out, and he did a little rough up, and then you did a rough. What happened? He did because he claimed about or the ref told you hit him at the back of the head or something. This is before the knockout. I think the ref warned you about something. I just thought, shut up, ref. Anyway, just shut up. Yeah, because it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. No. And then there was a little tussle and engagement. Fast forwarding, because I've seen it twice, but there was a little tussle engagement, and then he had you. He had you like towards I think the ropes were behind you.
Yeah.
And then there was a little tussle. I literally turned like that, like my TV's out. Literally turned like that because I was doing the watch along. Obviously, I've got all the sound down, and so I've literally said, "Yep, look," and he's down. I've looked. You're tussling. I'm like, oh my god, like fuck. So I've turned to say to who I was like, fuck, like. And when I've turned back, like in that clip, he was on the floor. Yeah. So I was like, nah, what's this? I said, this guy's as you call it. I was like, this guy's an idiot, man. Like, oh, no, I'm so bad. Not you. Molina. This guy's an idiot. Look at him. Because he was going on like he was down. So I said, I need to watch the playback because I was doing it. So I said, I need to watch the playback because I see him talking about some head thing or whatever when he'd got. But why was he laid out? Like, why was he like? All right, just talk me through that bit. So you got you against the ropes. Sorry, because I'm getting excited.
So have you seen Matchroom do they do like a behind the scenes of the event for the night? Have you watched that? Have you seen that?
I might have watched Dillian's, but I don't think. Well, yeah. I saw bits of Dillian, but I don't recall.
The whole thing. Or to be fair, I put it on my Insta the other day.
Okay, I'll watch it just to be clear.
Hey?
I will watch it just to be clear.
Yeah. So the angle that you see it out on Sky is difficult because it's from so we're against the ropes and it's from like the left hand side.
Right.
So it blocks a lot of the view and a lot of the shots. But there was the one that Matchroom did that was on the side, and they even slow-moed it, and that's the one I posted, so you can actually see all the shots clearly.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, go on.
So he so obviously he hit me clean.
Yeah.
And I took a couple of steps back to reset and think, okay, cool, let's do this. Like I'll reset, I'll do this again. But he followed through with me. So I was like, cool, good. Now he's ready to engage. He wants to get involved, which is fine. So I take myself back to the ropes. He starts letting go on some shots. I'm still all good. I'm still clean. I'm still nice. I still slip a few shots, roll a few shots, and I wait for him to, again, just get a few more off, wear a few more, get a little bit more tired, get a little bit more confident. And then once I've rolled a couple more, then I'll come back up with the 1-2s of my own. And then it was a bit of a looping kind of right hand that caught him on the top of one temple.
Yeah.
Just his head to the side. And it was a really short, kind of just stiff, just left hand that just
that's the one that I didn't really see even when it was played. It was still like, but what is the yeah
and it was them two together
and
then he was gone, then he was down.
So why was he down like, I'm not trying to downgrade your power because obviously you're powerful, but why was he laid down? Like I thought, was there going to be an ambulance carry? He was down for ages. What happened? What, he was that buzzed? Or was
he must have been. But to be fair, both of them shots were, one was literally right on the front of his head to bang the front of your head, and the other was right on the temple. So his head was probably scrambled, hit the floor, eyes glazed a bit, didn't really know where he was, and was just like, what's going on here? Where am I?
Yeah, and hear me though, like, why was he that sharp, Shan? You'd be out of this world. You'd be on Mars. Why was he down?
Yeah.
But then, I just thought, maybe something more serious has occurred whilst he was on the floor. And then I heard him or saw him going, back of head. So I was like, well, they kept doing the playbacks, the replays.
Yeah.
The replays. And I thought, right, let me just watch. I know, but you never touched the back of his head.
Never.
That's what I knew. He's just a liar. Just get your money and get out of there, Molina, mate. Get out.
Yeah, like I think that was half of it as well. Like he obviously thought he had me going. He hit me hard. He thought he had me on the run.
He took it off.
And then he put his effort in. And then when he realised I was still completely there and still ready to go, he was laying there thinking, you know what, I'm not getting nowhere with this. Maybe it's time to kind of tap out.
Because even before that, when you on a round previous, I think, he turned his back kind of when you started.
Yeah.
I thought from then you should have heard the slewage, what I was calling it.
Yeah, I was going, and that's when the ref told me off as well.
Yeah, the ref,
he's known to do that, and we knew that as well. That was something we and my coach spoke about. We said, look, if he does that, you'll just go. Don't stop until the ref tells you to stop. So I was doing it. I was getting stuck in, and then the ref did.
And I just thought, Molina, you S-Y at the end. I thought you just looked like such a prick, Molina. So embarrassing when I see like older fighters just move like that. Even I thought it was embarrassing when I saw Pulev move like that. But at least Pulev's a warrior. Like, you get me? But
he did it, but then he came back and he wanted to get involved. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not allowed back. Once you turn you're not defending yourself at all times.
Yeah, I know.
You're supposed to be out. I don't know, this little new wave of boxing, all of a sudden that don't matter. Everyone can turn their back, run to a corner, and it's all right. But hey, who am I? So anyway, so you clocked in, he went down. Cool. How did you feel? Gassed?
Yeah, fully. Not just that as well, not just the win, but because there was fans and that back as well, there was a good buzz to it. It was a big show. I was chief support, so I was high up on the card and stuff. Just the whole event of it, afterwards, I was just like, nah, this is different level. Like, I was just buzzy. I was buzzy for the whole thing.
Yeah, you got used to because you're in Gibraltar. I see you a lot on the little water bit, like when you do the little press conference. You had the little tan on. You get me? Like, everything's fleeky. Like, you was like, I can get used to this. And you will get used to it because, like, definitely, come on, you're gonna go far because, you know, I think your story's quite impressive, like, how you've come through. And within, like, 10, 11 fights, you've got to Molina. Like, you know, we all know him. We all know Eric Molina.
Yeah.
As I said, so that's impressive for you to have got there within such a time. So, okay, so that fight, I would say it exposed his holes, but we don't really care about his because he's on his way out. And they're probably never going to get cleared up anyway because he's, like I said, he's going, isn't it? But it exposed a couple of things that you realise that you need to work on, because where would you gauge on how difficult was that fight for you? If 0 was it weren't difficult at all, and 10 was near enough the hardest thing I've been through in a boxing match, where would you rate that fight?
I wouldn't find it particularly difficult. I find it somewhere in the middle, maybe a 4, 5, something like that. It wasn't that it was particularly difficult. It was frustrating, if anything, because it's difficult to force someone to engage when they're not interested in. And again, I want to put on the show, obviously, because of the show it is, the level I am on the card, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I want it to be entertaining. I want them back and forth moments.
Me too.
But it's difficult to get out of someone that just kind of wants to lean back the whole time and wait and counter and not really engage. That's why I wouldn't say it was necessarily difficult.
Yeah.
It was an awkward one. It was an awkward fight, and he has an awkward style to really kind of excel and look good against. Yeah.
Okay, so you give him a 4, 5. Shame, Molina. Shame on you. 4, 5 out there, fam.